Hey,
I'm reading, dear. You
I
see?
know, but just look at me.
I'm preparing for my class.
I know, but just look. Take a gander.
Surprise, surprise.
Yes,
Well, I must say you look different.
yes.
Um, so why have I not noticed this before?
Because I usually wear loose, shapeless clothes,
Hmm, that is true.
clothes with no waist,
That is true.
large, shapeless nightgowns.
All right, true enough, true enough.
So only tonight does it seem to show.
I see. You know, I do have to teach a class in an hour.
Oh, I know, and I've got to go to choir practice.
So,
I just wanted you to know so you could plan.
yes, yeah, I will be planning accordingly. Sorry about that.
There is one thing, though.
Mm-hmm.
One small problem.
And what is that, dear?
I don't know whether you've thought about this or not.
State the problem, then I will tell you if I thought about it.
It's a little tricky.
Well, we are married after all.
Yes, but that's why it's a little tricky.
Perhaps, but isn't that why you should feel free to speak freely, you know?
Yes. All right. You see, I'm not absolutely sure about this. That this is yours.
Hmm. So that's the problem.
Yes, that's the problem.
Oh. You know what? How about this? I think I'll trust you on this one.
That's sweet of you, darling, but do I trust myself?
I think you should. Look, so there we are, huh?
But
But what?
the thing is, now how do I put this?
Speak frankly, my dear.
I'll try. The thing is that you and I haven't made love very much recently.
Is that true?
Think it is, not very much, not recently.
All right, so define recently.
Well, 5 years more or less, give or take a month or two.
Is that true?
Think it is.
Wow. Has it been that long?
Oh, yes.
Well, so you
So,
and you obviously
mind.
mind that we haven't much recently.
Oh, no, I don't mind. Why should I mind?
Well, so then
I'm just thinking of this. That's all.
I see.
Hey,
Of course. See, I see the connection. Forgive me. I was just thinking about my class.
I forgive you. You love your work.
Yes. But you know what? Now I'm with you. I'm on your wavelength now.
Oh, good.
Yes, yes. And I understand now what you're really trying to say is now stop me. Stop me if I'm wrong. But what you're trying to say is that someone else might have impregnated you.
More or less, yes.
I see.
It is possible after all.
Yes, it is possible.
On these evenings that you have to go teach?
Yes, when you go to your choir practice.
That's exactly.
So we do have a problem here, don't we?
Yes, we really do.
You know, my darling, it occurs to me. I should have made love to you more often.
Oh, no.
No. I'm kicking myself now.
Oh, don't.
I am. Things would have been so much simpler.
Oh, sweetheart, stop punishing yourself.
But why didn't I? Damn.
Darling, you have your work.
Oh, sure, but
You have your intellectual life.
that's very well. But my wife is.
You have your book to finish.
Yes, but darling, that doesn't answer the question now, does it? The question is, why haven't I made love to you in the past 5 years? That's the question.
Perhaps that's because you used to laugh.
Laugh.
Yes, in the old days, whenever we started to make love, you'd start to chuckle.
I did, didn't I?
Yes, you chuckle.
I mean, come on. The whole thing was kind of absurd, wasn't it? When you really think about it. I'm sorry, I should be able to control myself. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be sorry. I was just as bad.
Did you chuckle?
No, actually, I cry.
I don't remember you crying.
Well, I'd whimper.
Oh, yes, you would whimper.
Well, I felt so sad making love while all these horrible things are going on in the world.
Oh my gosh, you would whimper. I remember now.
Yeah, I ate, starvation in Africa, unemployment in Singapore, all that. I felt so guilty.
And I felt so absurd.
Yes, you chuckling and me whimpering.
Yes, oh yeah.
And so it wasn't very conducive.
Right, so we gave it up. That answers that.
But now there's this.
I'd say just keep it.
What?
You know, bring it home.
Oh, darling.
Give it my name, you know? Consider me its father. We're good.
Oh, sweetheart.
I've let you down. Now let me make it up to you. All right? Just keep
But
it.
I'm partly to blame.
But I'm the man.
You certainly are the man. You are the man.
Now I'm afraid that I must prepare for my class.
Yes. And I've got to go to my practice.
But you're not satisfied.
Oh, I am.
Darling, we've been married 10 years. You are not satisfied.
You've got a class.
My wife comes first. Come on. What's the problem now?
I'm embarrassed to even bring it up.
Come on. Out with it.
All right. What if this turns out to have red hair?
Red?
Red, dark or light, depending on how the chromosomes line up. You see? You see the problem? I mean, can you still act as its father if it has red hair?
I guess that is puts a different complexion on things.
Funny.
That's a horse of a whole different color, I'd say.
Cut it out. You're awful. Try to be serious.
Okay. So red, huh?
I should have told you before.
No. I should have assumed.
It just slipped my mind, I guess.
I'm glad it did.
Yes, but it's still a problem.
In this case, yes, I'd say so, but you know what? You just must let me think this out.
But your class.
I'll just be a little less prepared than I'd like to be, which may be good. Actually, which may be very good. Which may make things a little more lively and spontaneous. So let me think about this other problem. You know, I could still adopt.
How?
We could tell the world that you had a blue baby, which died, and we could bring the red one home and say we adopted it.
That sounds awfully complicated.
I know.
Besides, the real father might object. He might take pride in it himself.
Need he know?
Oh, yes, because he'll see it after all.
You mean he'll continue to come around?
Oh, yes, after I'm home from the hospital and capable of sexual intercourse again.
I see.
So that scratches the adopting idea.
Yes, it does.
But you have your class.
No. Now, wait a minute. Sweetheart, I think it's time that I should be honest with you. Could you sit down?
I can't sit down. Your feet are there.
Oh, sorry. I'll remove them. So now sit down.
All right. I'll sit down.
Okay. Whew. Now, don't look at me. I want you to face forward. Because this is going to be hard for me to tell you. Also, it's going to be hard for you to hear.
All right. I won't look at you.
And if I'm inarticulate about this, you must try and understand that this is a difficult thing for a man to tell his wife. I'm only doing it. I'm only telling you because it seems to be the only way to solve this problem.
Yes, this problem.
Now try not to interrupt unless you are unclear about anything.
I'll
Save your
try.
remarks and comments for the end, okay?
I'll try.
All right. Now to begin with, I've been lying to you this whole evening.
Lying.
Lying. And okay, I don't even have a class tonight. In fact, I've never had a class at night. I don't even believe in evening classes. All these years, I've been lying. The class that I've told you meets at night actually meets on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 10 a.m.
I see.
Now, you may ask, therefore, where I go on these nights when I say I have classes. And you see, my darling, that is the difficult part to tell you. The fact is, I don't even leave the house. Well, not really. I mean, I leave by the front door, all right? But I immediately go round back to the garage.
I see.
Now, what do I do in the garage? You may be asking yourself. What do I do in the garage? I make my way into a small space, right? Behind all the piled up boxes. And in that small space, I have hidden, certain items. What have I hidden? I'll tell you. Some theatrical makeup, a red wig, a complete change of clothes, and a small mirror. That is what I've hidden in the garage.
Behind the piled up boxes.
Yes, you see my dog. Well, or you're beginning to. When I go into the garage, all right, I hang the mirror. Now I hang the mirror on this little small nail, right? And then I strip myself to the buff. And I cover myself from head to toe in that makeup. And I glue on a red wig. And I just put on the clothes and I leave the garage. And I go to the front door and I ring the doorbell and reappear to you. So you see, my darling, I am your red-headed visitor, and I have been all along.
You.
Me?
But.
Oh, I know. It sounds unbelievable. But you remember how you used to lower the lights? And I was also kind of a good actor in high school. I was able to pass. Look, I've been deceiving you for the past years. Deceived my own wife, disguising myself as a red-headed stranger.
But why?
Because I wanted to make love to you. And somehow this seemed to be the only way that I could do it. I mean, you must admit it worked.
It worked. Oh, yes.
And out of all this, a child is born. And I'm its father after all.
I'm somewhat stunned by all this.
I know you are, darling. And I want you, right, to just try to understand while I'm gone.
Gone.
I'm going to the garage now.
To put on your costume?
No, to burn it.
Burn it.
Yes. It's all over now because you know the mask is off. Any attempt to wear it again would be foolish. I'd be nothing but a self-conscious amateur. Our love life would be just as absurd as it was before I found a way around it. So I'm going to destroy my role. And when I come back, I want you gone.
Gone.
You must leave me now.
No.
You must, oh my darling, this urge to love you is still inside me. I don't know what devious form it will take next. Take the child and go.
Never.
Please listen. I don't know what I'll think of next in that garage. I've got the Kama Sutra in there and a complete Marquis de Sade. I'll read them both looking for increasingly complicated sexual perversions. I may reappear to you with a whip, wearing riding boots, or dressed as a woman. Get out, darling. Run to the suburbs. Give my child a normal home. Go!
Normal. Normal. What is normal?
You're normal, my love.
Me? Oh, how little do you know. Sit down. I too have a tale to tell.
There's nothing you can say would.
But
All right.
I've known all along you were my redheaded lover.
You've known.
From the beginning.
But how?
5 years ago, when you announced to me that you had scheduled some evening classes, I became suspicious. And so when you left for your first class, I followed you.
You followed me.
Yes, I followed my own husband, followed you to that tacky little theater shop downtown where you bought your disguise, followed you back here, followed you into the garage, hid behind the door, watched you change into your poor, pathetic imitation of a red-headed vagabond.
You spied on me.
Yes, I spied on you. My darling, furtively, I suspiciously, like a jealous wife, but when I saw what you were doing, when I understood that you were doing it for me, my heart went out to you. With a great long of rushing, I dashed back inside, eager to receive you, but at the same time, terrified that you would see that I recognized you. Frantically, I dimmed the lights to make things easier for both of us.
This whole time here, I thought you were being romantic.
I know you did, darling. And I let you think that, but no. It was simply so I wouldn't give myself away.
So you were acting.
Yes, wasn't I good? Pretending that you were someone new and strange. I am no actress, but I improvised like a professional during the whole scene.
I gotta say, it's a little hard to believe. I mean, you seemed so excited.
I was terribly excited, I'll admit it. The strange slight courtship, the banter, the give and take, with all those peculiar overtones, I threw myself into it with a vengeance. But then, when you carried me into the bedroom, everything changed.
What do you mean? I was a tigre.
You were, darling. You were a tiger, but I wasn't.
You said you loved me.
I was only pretending. I really hated it.
Hated it.
Hated myself. It was awful. I felt so guilty. My old sexual agony seemed to be magnified by a gallery of mirrors. I wanted to at least whimper as I did normally with you when you were you. But now you weren't you. I had to stifle my own sighs. Worse, I had to pretend to play, to fake the whole experience. And all the time, I felt like a thing, an object, a creature without a soul. And when you left, finally left, I just lay on the bed, arms folded across my breast like a stone carving on my own tomb. It took every ounce of energy I could muster to rise and greet you at the door when you returned from your supposed class.
So for the past 5 years, you've been going through hell.
No, after that first ghastly evening, I suffered nothing.
You mean you've grown accustomed?
I mean, I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
No, I left the house right after you went to the garage.
But then who the hell was here with me?
I got a substitute.
I see.
Oh, darling, try to understand. I simply could not endure another evening like that. The sham, the pretense, it revolted me. And yet I knew how much it meant to you. All the next day, I racked my brain trying to figure out something which would satisfy us both. Took a long walk. I wandered all over town. Finally, about an hour before I was due home, I saw a woman who looked a little like me. Same hair, same height, roughly the same age. It was at least a chance. Before I knew what I was doing, I approached her and asked her whether she'd like to sleep with a stranger. She was a prostitute, and naturally she said she would. And so for the past 5 years, this woman has come here while you were in the garage, changing your clothes, and in the dim light, she has pretended to be me.
I see.
Do you hate me very much?
No, I don't hate you. But I must say I'm somewhat surprised.
Surprise.
Yes.
Suspected that you would be.
But what about... Okay, so then what about that?
Ah, this. Yes.
Yes, that. Whose is that?
Now bear with me, darling. On these nights, while you're in the garage and while the woman is preparing herself for your return, I go off with a real redhead. There it is in a nutshell. His pajero pulls up quietly in front, he flashes his lights, and I sneak out and drive off with him into the jungle. There on an old rug attacked by mosquitoes, we make love in a clearing. Love, which felt good for the first time in my life.
I see, and so I'm guessing he's the father of that.
No,
No.
somehow even that wasn't enough. Somehow with all the jungle sounds pushing around us, all my sexual frustration, all my repressed anger, it wasn't enough. So I betrayed my lover for his friend, and his friend for another. So on and so forth with Europeans, with Bangladeshis, with Vietnamese, even Thais. Oh, darling, for the past 5 years, I've been offering myself as a willing sacrifice to anyone who wanted me.
All right. And so the father is...
I really don't have a clue.
All right, cool, I see.
And you'll leave me now, won't you?
Me leave you? I want to stay more than ever. Okay. What would you say if I said that everything you've told me tonight has excited me?
Excites you.
Sets my blood boiling, gives me strange, wild, lustful desires. What would you say if I said your jungle experiences have lit a lurid light in my loins?
Really?
What would you say if I said I suddenly want to exercise, how should I put it, my husbandly rights?
I'd say do it.
I just want to steal you away from your lovers and carry you into the bedroom and ravage you with the reading light going full blaze. Now, what would you say if I said that?
I'd say do it.
Mm.
And let me add this. Let me add this. A woman is also capable of weird desires. Looking at you now, slouched in that chair, surrounded by your books and papers, I suddenly have the strange urge to experience the stale comforts of married love. They say after eating at a banquet, With all its rich food, one yearns for a simple meal of plain rice. And so it is with me for you tonight.
Then
Then there's still this problem.
that's no problem.
No problem.
That's just a premise to a problem.
I fail to follow.
That's just a starting mechanism. Now that the motor's going, we no longer need the starter.
Oh,
It's not even a real baby you have in there.
not really a baby.
It's a balloon.
A balloon.
A balloon or a beach ball or a watermelon.
It's a baby, I'm practically positive.
No. Look, I'll show you. Touche. See?
Aren't we
The
awful?
problem was purely academic.
Aren't we awful?
You started it.
I know, but it was my turn. You started the last one.
Oh, but it was fun.
Shouldn't we see a psychiatrist?
Why? We're happy.
But we're so depraved.
Oh!
Quiet. You'll wake the children. No, Tarzan. White men do not take women by force. No, Tarzan. White men support their women. They are civilized, Tarzan. It is very complicated. Do you understand what I'm saying? Complicated.
Yeah.